what is the challenge to transform a country which has lived for so many years under a kind of dictatorship now to bring it up to the values you cherish for the future of the country?
Well, thank you very much, Klaus. There's a student demonstration going on in Bangladesh in July this year. Basically, issue was a very simple issue. They are looking for job opportunities, equal opportunities for jobs, no kind of reservations for some category of people and others. That was the theme for their demonstration. But it's escalated into a situation where it's a confrontation between the government and the students became very sharp, and government started shooting at the young people. That changed the whole thing. And students took it as a challenge that they want to stand up against. They offered themselves in front of the guns, took bullets, and they will not still leave the demonstration, will not leave the street. That's when it became unstoppable. Young people leaving home in the morning, going to the demonstration, started saying goodbye to each other, that we may not come back. That's the kind of situation that emerged. They're going to the battlefield. Both of them may not come back, one of them may not come back, and each one instructing what they should do to each other, family. And when the shooting goes on, the students don't leave the street. Simply, who were shot, they fall, and the rest come forward. And it went on for several days. And then they declared that this government must go. We cannot deal with this government anymore, tolerate this government anymore. It's kind of a tidal wave of people and students coming from all directions to this Dhaka city. While these demonstrations were going on, another interesting thing happening. You have walls around the streets as you go around. Suddenly, the spark came, the students start painting things on the walls. The whole Dhaka city filled with all the street arts all over the city, expressing their desire, their expressions, and their ambitions, and their dreams. Most interesting part of the whole thing, there was no planning. Nobody was planning anything. It's spontaneous of extreme form. There's no leadership. Usually when you have a student movement or any movement, there's a leader, there's a sub-leader, they have instructions. There are no instructions. On the day when one of them got shot, and it was all over the television, then being shot, and he's falling, and his friends holding him, the whole country changed completely. Now this time it's not only the young people coming forward, their parents started coming because they cannot stop their young people inside the home. They're going, so since they cannot stop, the parents started going with them. So it became a people's movement, joining with everybody. So hundreds of thousands of people moving into the direction of the residence of the Prime Minister. Everybody came to the conclusion it would be impossible to save her unless she has been lifted and sent someplace else. And that's what happened on 5th of August. It's a unique experience. That's why I was trying to give you a little explanation. You hear about revolutions, you hear about uprisings, rebellions. This doesn't fit into any one of them. It's a very unique way it happened. And the uniqueness comes from the way young people responded to a situation that was happening in Bangladesh. Defying the government, which could not be brought down by any means because the election didn't work. We had 3 elections in this 15 years of the regime that ruled the country. all fake elections. Nobody voted. But she got elected herself as they wish. So it's a single-person regime which commanded everything. And that's what made all the people and the students furious, and spontaneously they responded to the situation. When the prime minister fled, government fell, they don't know what to do with it. They had no plan. What do you do? So they are kind of wondering what should be the next. Everybody said, we need a government. So how do we do the government? So they are looking forward to each other, but how to do a government? So one of the idea that I should be invited. I was not in the country at that time. I was in Paris, involved with the Paris Olympic, because under my pet subject, social business, I was designing Paris Olympic as a social business. It's called Social Olympic. So lots of ingredients of ideas that I had integrated into that Olympic. So I was very busy with that, seeing how it resulted after months of planning. I was in Paris. Somebody called me up from home, and I was watching the development in Bangladesh and feeling very strongly about what is happening. So they invited me to come and form a government. What is that?
Now,
So my first response was, no, sorry, thank you. But they will not give up. And finally, I said, take time, find it, see people around. I'm sure you'll find lots of options for you. And we agreed on 24 hours, next 24 hours that they will try, but if they can't find, they will come back to me. They called me back again 24 hours later. No, we didn't find any options, so you are the one. So that's how I got involved with it. That's why I'm here. So that I thought.
very